Alright then, just taking a quick look at Pepe on our daily time frame here for another daily update on the channel. As we can see, not too much going on for Pepe right now, just looking like it's consolidating after that huge liquidation cascade we saw a few weeks ago. Obviously all of our altcoins kind of reeling at the minute from the drop that we saw. Huge liquidations to the downside here, as you can see, coming down and tapping into a few of our previous Fibonacci levels. The actual previous all-time high that we hit on launch, obviously we came down and then came back, and we've retested this a few times now. And also we got all the way down to that 0.78 Fibonacci level down here. As you can see, we whipped down into that area before bouncing. And then Pepe, I should say. I don't know why I said Polygon. It's because I've been researching Polygon over the past few days. You can see Pepe here has pretty clearly just come into an area of consolidation as that whole altcoin space really just tries to figure out what the hell's going on. You can see pretty obvious here that we've basically just been chopping around, as Bitcoin is also doing a bit of chopping around as well. As always, things are just dependent on what Bitcoin does next. If you take a quick look at the Bitcoin chart, you can see right now we are potentially looking like we want to be bouncing out of this area, a very interesting area that I've discussed in a few videos now. You can see I like to view the market through the lens of fair value gaps, because I think they've got a good point. They are good points of interest on the chart, and they do tend to be respected or not respected, and it tells you a lot about the price action and the order flow of the charts. You can see here we did bounce really nicely out of this big daily fair value gap that never got readdressed. It's been all the way back in Monday the 23rd of June since we created this. We never came back and retested it all these times, as you can see. Lovely area of liquidity that we can come down and sweep pretty much this whole area here. I would argue that this trend line comes all the way to here, as you can see. We came across, swept out all this liquidity that we built up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 touches of this area as a trend line. We come down, everyone thinks we're going to get super bearish. Everyone's piling into shorts, and then all of a sudden, we tap into this big daily fair value gap, get a really nice rejection. I would consider this to be a really, really good rejection of this candle here, as you can see. I've accidentally got a trade on there by accident. As you can see, we have had over the weekend a really good reaction from this area, as you can quite clearly tell. Really, really good reaction, looking like we could potentially start reversing here. Got a nice liquidity sweep, bouncing out of this daily fair value gap. If you come down and look at the 4 hour, you can see that we've got some really, really good areas that we could be reversing out of. We've got this very obvious trend line, which has been broken as well. We've got liquidity above this. People are probably piling into shorts here, thinking the bear market's beginning, because we've made a bit of bearish market structure here, as you can see. And overall, if you take a look at this other chart, you can see my Bitcoin position. Very, very obvious trend line. Look at how good this trend line is. We've got so many taps of this trend line, like 5 different taps. As I said, we came down, bounced out of this daily fair value gap, and then had this condition for potentially getting long in the markets here, this 4 hour fair value gap here. You can see on the way down here, these big fair value gaps, bearish fair value gaps getting respected. We come down here, we reject out of this one, we come down again, reject out of this one, and then we're coming all the way down here looking for support. We bounce out of that daily, and then I had this condition here where we've also formed this trend line, which is going to have loads of liquidity above as well. If we start breaking out of this trend line and also this fair value gap here, as you can see, I was thinking I'm going to get long in this market. Once I started seeing this candle here, I was thinking, okay, when we close above here, I'm going to get into this, because I had in my head, at least we'd come back up to this daily fair value gap above, which is this one here, as you can see it. We obviously close above, so I enter the position. My stop loss is just to close back below. And then you can see we come up, we reject the daily, we come back down for a back test of the 4 hour here. Get a lovely, lovely, lovely rejection. Huge volume coming in, as you can see. Over the weekend, obviously really small candles, but when you start to see these bigger candles coming in, you know that you're probably going to have a decent impulse in our direction. We're breaking out of this trend line that's got loads and loads of stop losses above it. I'm sure everyone piling into shorts thinking that the market is over, and we're going down. You can see here, over the course of the night, really, really good impulse to the upside. Currently over a 1-to-1 on the trade. I could cut the trade here for like just over a 1R, but I'm looking to target a bit higher, so I'm currently just break even on this. Just going to see how far we can go. I think if we close above this daily fair value gap today, we're probably going to start running up through some of these levels of liquidity. At the very least, I would say if we start getting good momentum, we could come and hit the 50% area of this overall move to the downside here, if we're going to start fully reversing up at around this 114k area here, which coincides with the next big fair value gap on the 4 hour, as you can see. Just going to be watching and seeing how we react from this area if we do get up there. But right now, the trade, basically a free trade at this point for me. Going to see how things shake up going into market open today for New York Open, because obviously if you look here, I am GMT, currently 11. Oh, this is UTC. but it's GMT for me. Let me just change this actually, because I actually am GMT. Unless UTC is GMT. Yeah, I'm on London time, which is basically what I actually am. GMT and UTC +1 must be the same. But you can see it's 11 here, so I've got 3.5 hours until London Open, which usually has a big, interesting day for Bitcoin quite often. So we'll see whether or not we pump or dump. But right now, I'm in a nice little free trade for Bitcoin. Looking to target up towards that 50% initially, which would be around a 3R. And then I'll just hold for longer depending on the reaction. But right now, things looking good. And hopefully, all of this means that Pepe can get some more relief. As you can see, all of our altcoins in a really weird spot right now. We'll have to wait and see what happens next. As always, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Please do like and subscribe, leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Check back every day for daily updates and get some free money in the description below. Cheers.